And we are back, and hopefully this is going to be more stable. I did a complete restart of the streaming software, and hopefully it'll last a bit longer this time. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is bloody technology for you, huh? Where was I? Oh yes, I was mucking around with land height, and on we go. Yes, let's hope we can maintain this for more than like 10 seconds this time. That is it's very frustrating to me. I know it's very frustrating to you as well, but there we go. Right, so we are map making, completely freehand, and with a view to getting this done in just a few weeks, so it can be uploaded to the workshop with about a month left before we hand over to the reins of Cities Skylines II. And hopefully there'll be a map editor there or thereabouts as well, because that would help. I really wanted to bring this right to the edge. I just really want to bring this right to the edge. That's not music outside. Stop it. You get me demonetized playing your music in the street outside my window. How dare you? Right, so anyway, yes, we are in the map editor. Hello everybody who happens to be live. Do use the chat to announce yourselves and let me know who is stalking me. And we're currently bringing the base height of the land up to, I could have used the total terrain tool for this, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Sue me later. The base height of the landmass up to, what height are we looking at here? 34 meters. And that means that I can get the sea level down to under 30 meters and hit the bottom of the the buildable map area. And that'll mean that we can have deep water fish. That's the plan. It also means that we're not wasting any terrain, any buildable area, by just not sinking the land as low as we can go. We are sinking the land as low as we can go, and then we can maybe have higher mountains. Maybe. That's the thought process. But yes, it's going to be a doodled map, more or less, because I just couldn't be bothered to put in the thought process. I just want to make one last map, all right? This is the height of the bottom of the ocean. So I'll just extend this all the way along the bottom here. So this is at literally zero height. Can't go any lower than this unless LCC 1983 can find a way of doing it, because they seem to be the one that likes breaking the height limits in Cities Skylines 1 with Pariah. Remember Pariah? Why wouldn't you remember Pariah? What a map. But that was going upwards, okay? I don't know if there's a way of going downwards even further. Can't imagine there is. It's all Blue Mantle below this point. Hi, random for the third time. Yes. Hopefully it's going to be more stable. First I knew about the first one crashing was, I looked at my view count, it was 0. And it should at least be 1, because one of those people is me. So, yeah, I didn't know what happened there. Second one just didn't start at all. Well, it did for about 15 seconds and then crashed. Right, so 0 height, 34 height, and now so I want to utilize obviously the main 25 tiles, but also want to have some interesting waterfronts, some fjord style inlets, lakes, multiple heights. That's going to be the next thing, actually. How much of an incline do we need to get a decent cliff aspect? I want to have the minimum increase in height to get a decent cliff aspect. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just elevate this a bit. Oh my goodness me, stop it. I did click on that and it didn't. Let me just bring that in. Bring that in as well. Right, so what are we looking at? If I bring smaller brush. I'll come over this side where we've got the sunlight. There we go, we can see better. Right, so what are we thinking? Probably about 5 meters for 3 to 5 meters for a minimum cliff. Let me just see what we look like with move smaller brush again. Yeah, that's about the minimum, I think. So how many meters is that? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meter incline jumps minimum to give us the cliff increases. So maybe if I do some pre-built steps of that, we can use what's already down here actually, can't we? Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so about there. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a so that's 7 and 213, which means the next one will probably be about 220. Oh no, that's brush size. Duh. That's not how it works, Bonbon. Oh, where are we? Where are we? 41. It's basically 42 there. Plus 7, 49. Plus 7 would be about 56. I'll catch up with the chat in a second. Just boom, 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 boom. And 63, yep. What we got there? Okay, so sometimes it happens to you too. So it's clicking on something and not actually. Yeah, it happens to it. The best, and to me and you as well. It is Montebello. Anabu, what should I do? Watching BonBonB make a map or continue to work on my latest CS1 map? Well, it's going to have to be better than this one, Anapu, right? Ask BonBon to work on my map. No. 63, let's go for a 70 as well. So these are going to be like pallets for heights. And maybe we'll have a 77 as well. So this should enable us to have, selecting these heights, some nice little tiered. Let's get rid of this monstrosity now. Now I'm happy. I'm happy. Right, so doodle time. Doodle. I think I'd like the coast. Well, it's going to have to come in a few places, isn't it? So let's bring that brush size down. Maybe about 400. Right. I would like, again, this is rough doodling. We're going to be doing a lot of tweaking and fixing as we go. I think I'd like this to be the start square to enable us to come down into, build down into the coast. So again, it's not. Oh, we're going to break this up. It could be quite fun actually to have. Yeah, I'm my brain is working here. Yes, I do have one. We'll have about somewhere over here, quite a wide inlet maybe. Make the brush a bit larger. Isn't the water a bit too low? Ah, no. Isn't the water a bit too low? I will have tuna in the sea. I will. Let me show you the math. I have done the math. Oh yes. Right, so let's just clean up some of these edges. So something like that. So we have down here This is, come on, I have clicking on it. This is terrain height of what, basically 0. Don't know why it says 0.06, but it's 0, right? The land base height needs to be more than 30 to have a 30-meter drop, and there, 34.86. We have a 35-meter difference between the deepest point and the land, meaning that we will be able to have tuna. That is, that's how it's going to work. Got it? Something like here. So we get a bit of a peninsula over this side to muck around with as well. And then over here, I think maybe having the land some sort of rocky mountains coming down this way, maybe. 40, no, it's only 6, it's only 30. Yeah, it's only 30 meters. I say only 30 meters. Have you ever been 30 meters underwater? No, me neither. So, so if this is going to be the start square. We've already got access to water. Not the best, but it's still access to water. Shall we switch this over right now? It's that one, isn't it? Been a long time since I was in the map editor. Right, we've done that. We can come out of that now. There we go. One start square. That's better. I think what we can do. Is bring the brush size down here. Let's bring this up this way as well. It's all very rough. I'm going to be doing it's just the beginning doodle. Anybody seen the Skylines talk with me and Ivania way back in the day? Was it Ivania? Or was it... Oh, it might have been Aquila Soul. But yes, I think it might be. I think it was Ivania. But yeah, doodle. How we laughed. How we laughed. It was so funny. Right, so... oh, hang on. I missed a bit. I see there makes me not want to ask. There, look, I'm doodling, all right? It's very, very early doors. I'm happy with ish. I'm going to bring this back a bit. I want to have coast, in theory, all the way along here. Yeah, I've not done a map. When was BonBon Island? Anybody want to check that on the workshop? I've not actually done any map editing since BonBon Island, and that was from a terrain height map. So I'll bring this down here as well, from a terrain height map, so that maybe we can do some scrubby islands down that way as well. Right, yeah, so it's been a while since I've done anything. It's not so bad. Again, we'll be doing a lot of tweaking there. That works. So now let's go and get this. And we will, again, all of this will be fine-tuned massively over the next few weeks. But something along the lines of this. Bring the brush size right the way up. It was released June 21. There you go. 2 years. Haven't done any map editing since. Thanks, Random. Yeah, it's been a while. Right, so something like that. But I'm going to be a lot more creative. A lot more creative with the next tiers. In fact, we're going to have to be a lot more because I'm running out of space already in the 25 tiles. I'm going to take a bigger jump. I'm going to take a bigger jump. Needs a smaller brush. So we get the smaller edge. I was hoping that this would give us a cliffier type texture. It does, but maybe I need to be a bit more dramatic with these jumps. So that transition there. You're only really going to get a cliff edge if I try and force. I'll have to go steeper. Maybe we go straight for this one. See how that looks. Yeah, I think we're going to go for that. Go for a little bit more drama. A little bit more drama. How's everybody's day been anyway? I mean, I've been working as always. Had a bit of the Women's World Cup on in the background. America cut it a bit fine, didn't they? US of A. Ooh. That post was a little narrower. And that would be them done and dusted at the expense of Portugal. Whereas England, a little bit easier against China. They did well. Oh, Lionesses, bless them. I love them. Love them. Right, so let's bring this. That is, if nothing else, it's more visible. We'll do some fine tuning of it. As we go into those areas. Why did I finish painting at this point here? Probably because I was expecting mountains around the outside. Don't know. Right, so go for the bigger brush now and we'll do some widening of that. Yay. Forgotten how relaxing this is actually as a process. For relaxing I mean boring. Oh man, me and my subgenres, eh? Right, that is that tier up. What height were we there? 49. Which was it this one? That's 63. I think we'll take that one. Yeah, I think that's got to be the next level. And this is just rough, very, very rough at the moment. It's nothing like what I've got in mind. But having a template shape that is going to work and then building in from that is the thought process here. I really want to make much better use of these 25 tiles. Much better use. So you know what, I'm going to wipe out my template palette there. Height palette has now been wiped out. Like so. We will extend out even further, but not right now. So, or maybe we do right now, because it's going to have to be done, isn't it? Let's go with the big one, the big old brush. Everybody loves a big old brush. There we go. So we have 3 more maps before the, well, 2 more maps before the map of year is announced. Map of all time is announced as voted by you. Any predictions, live chatters? What we think is going to, well, what I know clearly. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Are there any maps conspicuous by their absence? That's what I'm asking. Any maps that you think are going to be appearing tomorrow, Thursday, or map of the all time, the goat map. I was very worried about the goat map, to be honest with you, because sometimes maps don't age well, you know, and you have great memories of them, and are they any good? Oh, the Donald Trump, yes. Oh, how did you know? How did you know? Would it be spoiling it too much if I said actually it's not that one? Oh man, that was horrific in every sense, every single sense. Right, shall we bring in the water? And it's always a bad idea, isn't it? But let's bring in the water. It'll feel more like a map if we brought in the water. Right, let's just let the mechanic do its thing. Let the flooding do its thing. I'll have some coffee while I'm at it. Yeah, it might not be the Donald Trump map. I hate to disappoint you. But no, we've got some excellence. And actually some things that surprised me in how the maps have carried forward, because there's nothing from super recently. Like, there's nothing from 2023 for many reasons. And what we've got, I mean, it's the best of the best of the best. I just wasn't sure how well it would hold up. Some of these maps would hold up. If you keep pressing the water level, it will settle a lot faster. Good point. Doesn't seem to be making much of a difference, if I'm honest with you. But there we go. Right, well, that's kind of filled in. We have a little bit of land over here that I've missed. Let's put that to rights, and obviously pause the simulation. There we go. Start simulation up again. Hopefully that'll fill in. The blue on the bottom left. This, that one. I know that also. Tucked away in the corner. Thanks. Yes, it's been a long time. A long time. Right. So, very rough waterfront. Very rough waterfront. Gonna be nothing like this when it's finished. My instinct is the thing will be most like this when it's finished will be this inlet. I'm kind of feeling this, and this peninsula bit here. I do want water running into the middle of the map, which is why I've done these. They'll probably be tweaked a lot. And then I want water fantastical style coming down from higher areas. And one of those, I think we're going to have to work in this area over here for it to fit. Again, this is very early days, so we will see how well this works. Grab maybe that height. In this area. I think I could live with that height, you know. Let me just go down to... Yeah, that's workable. And then in this kind of height up here, let's go for a smaller brush. We'll do a smaller brush strength as well. And then let's grab this height, that's brush size. We go with what will be some kind of lake at this kind of level. And then water feeding into the map from this level. Maybe do the same over that way as well. Let's grab this height. Oh, could do with a bigger brush. Similar sort of concept here. Probably want it a bit higher over this side actually. Let's go with that. Let's go with higher. Not stupidly high though. Maybe there. There we are. So something like about this kind of base height. Allowing us to have some kind of lake in the middle of this as well. I've got a bit of flooding. Where did the flooding come from? What are you playing at? What are you playing at? Is this just early map water flow maybe? We'll give it time to settle. See what happens. But yeah, something like that in there. Are we live? Live? We are live. Live. Building a map in real time. Live. Very early days. Very early days. But just trying to get a general shape for the map, which I will then terrain in. But yes, hi Hunter. Let me just get some more of my coffee. Right. What's going on down here with this water? Is this perma flooding? It's not going to be a huge problem. It's easy fixed. But I'm just trying to work out whether or not it's perma flooding. Hey ho. Right, so I don't mind that at all. And we're going to want taller mountains around the outside. Let's see how we're going on heights here. So if that's 230, we can go a lot higher with the mountains. A lot higher. Good. This is great. So let me look at making another plateau a bit higher than this. Let's grab that over here and then extend it up a little bit from there. Maybe here, ballpark. Something like that-ish. A bit lower. Geology doesn't come into this map, by the way. It's going to be fantasy. And then we grab that. That'll be the maximum height. Bring this right the way up. Yay! We'll actually work this better. This is not going to be a wall. It's just to give me an idea of the feel of scale. The amount of maps that you see where the scale is really bad, and at least this, I'll get a better idea for the idea of scale within the sizes of the plateaus to the outside wall of potential mountain peaks. We've already got the scale of the depth of the water done. Right, so that is as high as the mountains are going to go. Which means we could probably... Come on. Brush size smaller. Get another little plateau in here-ish. It won't be exactly like this, but that kind of idea there. And then maybe some lower I'll bring that down this way. What do we think? What do we think? Over this way. Looks like a face. Hello. Oh dear. You guys are sad. Oh heck. I don't know if anybody saw in the Facebook groups fairly recently. I put a post to Cities Skylines 2 o'clock, and there was a and I'm not going to mention names because it's not fair, because obviously no right to reply, but they're probably never going to see this based on how they were adamant that streams were boring. It seems very self-serving, I think the word was, something like that, and egocentric. I'm thinking, what? I mean, City Skylines, not really. You look at there are a few egos in City Skylines, obviously, but I'm not here for, if it was just me and 3 people for a live stream, I'm not bothered. Yeah, if I get 1 million views, that'd be amazing, but I'm not here for that. I'm just here to make a map. One final map. If anybody wants to watch me do it, then good for you. But yeah, they was so oh, it's so boring. They never watched the stream of anybody. It seems so boring, apparently. Oh, I don't know. Oh, hello. Wasn't me. Now, this is actually going to work well. In fact, it's going to work well better than I thought it was going to work. If I extend this out, I'm actually going to lose. I might keep that lake there, put a lake in the top as well, up here. So we just get some plateaus joining in with each other. Very roughly. Bring this down and out a bit. Down and out, that's how I feel today. Oh man. Okay, that's could be worse. I'll do a little schwingy there as well. In fact, let's bring this that way. I'll fill in some of this too. Smaller brush. And in here as well. Right, so let's come out this mode. This one seems to be having trouble filling up now. Oh, the old sails there. The rendering of the sails, very weird. Right, hi there again. Round quickly for a beer. Hi, yes, go and grab it. Go and grab a weir. Don't go and grab a weir. I want to say a weir. I mean one who wheezes. Don't do that. Go and grab a beer and become a weir. Right? We got a day-night cycle on this. It feels like the sun is moving. Let's come out of here. Paused. It just feels like the sun's moving. I'm sure the shadow was darker on this side, but oh no, maybe I'm just going nutty. I mean going nutty, BonBon. Right, we'll leave the simulation running so this can fill back in if it wants to. If it doesn't, it's not a problem. We'll put a spawn in there. Right, so shapes. I'm definitely feeling... Oh, we need to do a bit more plateau work over here. Let's grab this. Oh, blimey. This. Do you know what? I'm going to grab that and tie it into here. And I want to elevate this here. This is where the doodling starts actually coming into some kind of shape and some kind of form that you actually feel things starting to come in. Oh, that wanted that a bit lower. Oops. Oops. I'm thinking about here. I'm so proud of that guy. I'm so proud of him. Until he runs into a wall, in which case I'll be applauding his ability to be a complete and utter... Never mind. There might be children watching. There might be. But you get my gist, yeah? Just what? I don't get it. I mean, I've never been a petrol head, but I just don't get it. I don't understand Why? What? Why? Who understands this? I really don't. Anyway, right, so we have, oh gosh, right, so plateaus going on there. We're going to want some kind of lake in the top of here. Let's get a pre-established divot up there to give us a feel for that. Your words, not mine, Hunter. But yes, something along those lines. Okay. So, mountains. We are going to... We cut in here. We do a little cut in here. Probably actually a slightly higher cut in there. And then this is all very broad, and I know that a lot of these shapes are going to be lost by the time we finish doing the editing. But again, doodling, that if you do some work, you can always go and change it. If you don't do any work, it's just a concept in your head. And so that is why I'm actually, do you know what, I quite like that jut there. Let's not take so much of it away this time. Right, there we go. Doodle, doodle, doodle. Big one in the corner. I think maybe we can push it in here as well. Excellent. You know what, I feel I'm missing out here. I could have had the best map of all time here, without question. Yeah. There is no doubt in my mind. This surpasses everything. Everything by Sidai, by Bringer, by Anapu. Maybe not Anapu, alright. It's not quite weird enough to surpass anything by random. I'm going to say anything. I'm talking about at randoms. More memey builds. The regular builds are... Your regular builds are excellent, random. Don't let anybody make you think you are insuperior. Oh, goodness me. Where's my English gone? My English is as good as my German. Your skills are insufficient. They're really not anything far from it. Who was that there? Hi. Oh, crikey. Elazar? Right now this map is a 5. Oh, it's getting there, isn't it? It's getting there. It's at least a... Well, we haven't got any connections, so 0 for gameplay. Aesthetics? 2 at the moment, I think. Detailing. What detailing? Low 2. There we go. My ratings, I've given myself 4 stars out of 15 at the moment. At this current, only been building it for a 20 minutes job. It's not more than 20 minutes, but you know, this is step 1, stage 1, step 1 of operation. Make a map and doodle a map. If this comes out anything like good, at the end. I will be so pleased. But yeah, this is just to give me a feel. I'm going to have to cut into this a lot, though, over here. I'm just going to remember, this is the maximum height. So we're going to have to drop some of these heights quite a bit to allow the maximum heights to not be forced. How about we do this as a height along this side here. Like that. Maybe who knows? Who knows? None of this is going to work. None of this is going to matter. But remember, next week, end of next week, I'm going to need you all involved in a collaboration build. 81 players, each with one tile on a Uncle Ron map. Beautiful map. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to you guys getting involved in that, seeing what you guys come up with. Right, so that's now the world's best mountain wave mountain range. Oh hell! Right now, I'm going to do one of these only for now. I want to get a feel for what is going to be brush size down. Larger brush. Oops. And then down here. Only person knows. Your skills are not insufficient, and your brain is, well, just on a different level from many. I still have no idea how you do some of your things. I mean, Mapception was just absolutely insane. Absolutely. I mean, first of all, where does that idea come from? And then, secondly, how do you implement it? Is, mind you, I guess when, you know, I have to consider that I'm the person that came up with the marble run and the elevated aqueduct. So I guess it's the same sort of twisted imagination, enabling us to come up with things that people would never make. Right, so first glance at that mountain. It's the best mountain you've ever seen. There's plenty more work to come on it. I might even switch out the Montebello for a different theme, but that'll do for now. That'll just gives me a little bit of inspiration for mountain heights around the outside. Everything else hopefully will fit and feel. Ah, there. There we go. Where it comes from. Me laying down trying to sleep. Yes. What we got there? Bonbon. Dual in one. mesh area, desert area, lake, mesh area, lake, river, plateau, beach, farm, nature reserve, key, dam, and of course a bonbon island. You need a bonbon island. I need a bonbon island. There will be bonbon islands. Clearly, there'll be something probably here. And it'll have, of course, a castle. And a lighthouse. Right, so the idea is for this map to have lots of little waterfalls on it, because fantasy maps, which is what these lakes, which are not finished, they're just blobbed at the moment. They are mostly here to serve as water spawns for a fantastical river system to come across the map. So this one, I think we're probably going to need something up on here as well. Yeah, I want multiple different river systems coming down and through, breaking up the map into smaller chunks. Start square down here. I'm okay with the start square buildable space, actually. I probably won't mess with this too much. This, I feel, is not right at the moment. Yeah, it needs a lot more work. A lot more work. But in terms of the shape, I don't know. Maybe I'll have it bending off this way, which would give me room here. Well, if we did that, actually, yeah, that'd give me a lot more room here to bring these plateaus down and more into the middle of the map. Definitely feeling that vibe a lot more. A lot more. Why have I got this elevated section here? That's weird. Alright. Actually drew that elevated section in, didn't it? That's very strange. Still kind of want this dropping off this way, coming around this way. But I also feel that we do need another plateau area around this way, which is larger. So that might be a hidden valley of the doom or something like this, with the river coming down this way. And then having this extending this way. If this happens, I'm going to have that. Actually, let's bring this right up this way. So I'm going to move that lake further up this way. Oops. I'm in the slope tool, aren't I? I'll catch that chat in a second. I'm still in the slope tool. Come on. Right, so somewhere around about there. So that there should do it. See, we're missing a bit of a edge there. And then over this way, get rid of that. Is that sitting in there quite happily? I think it is. Right, so that water's going to evaporate now. That's not anything I'm worried about. A lot happier with that position of that lake there, because that feels more believable. This is obviously clearly the most ridiculous location for a lake, but I'm going to have it because I need a spawn at the top. This will go in its own time. This one I don't mind. We can do maybe some rivers coming down, waterfalls coming down these ways, and then feed the river from that down into this part. This one over here, I'm not sure which one. What do we think in the chat here? What do we think? So we got this lake. This lake doesn't exist. This lake here. Well, this one up here, the top level one. Planning on feeding it down and around and through the valley, joining up down this way to this somewhere. But this plateau here, I think it's got to join with this one, doesn't it? Otherwise, you then have these two both meeting down here. I think it's kind of got to join with this one. What do you think? This one, actually, I think this one will feed down this way, and then we have another one maybe up right in the corner feeding down this way and to here. Does that make any sense at all? How are we thinking? Right, so what we got? Bonbon, here's a challenge. Very few castles in CS. Is a castle. Very few have moats. Could you build one, a moat around the castle on an elevation? Well, we've seen plenty of moats. A lot of people have been doing the moats with the trenches. Let's do a very quick one. So, I mean, why not, hey? Castle. What is that one? Oh, no, we're not using it. Right. So we got that, and then trench. Let's learn how to spell trench. And we've seen again. This is very general. We see something like that, and then with an elevated footpath as a drawbridge. So we do see that quite a bit in that sort of style. I can stay there for now. It's doing no harm. Height. No river feeding in the inlet. I'm tempted not to. I'm tempted not to. Or if we do, maybe feeding something from over here. Just on the side. Just rivers breaking up all these little... I do want... Let's carry on. I was working on these plateaus. And we are officially... Now I'm going to try and work these to make the buildable areas buildable. Sort of. So that does use most of that one. And if we have a slightly lower one here, this kind of height, and again, roughly. Is that the same height, more or less, as this one over here? It is within, wow, it's within a little bit. I think we will drop that height in there a bit. So maybe, yeah, that kind of height there. Maybe that can actually carry over this way as well. Something like that, giving us So plateau wise, we've got plenty of fantasy kind of elevations area over there. I do want to bring these actually down even further, but I do want to leave room for this river to come around. I think I want to cut that through this way. So let's get you sort of a diagonal plateau-ish area. And we'll match that over this way though. Yeah, I think that we'll have this reaching up this way. So this is, again, it was a very early part of the doodle there. It wasn't quite where we really want it to be, but we can budget. And we'll check the chat in a second. Hard to doodle and write at the same time. Right, flood times. Woohoo! There's the flooding. It's fine. Have some of that instead. Right. I'm going to set the simulation up a bit with the go away with the brush. Back to this. Game speed up. Check the chat. With water. Well, we've seen it with water. Sidai's done some superb ones. There's the first person that sprung to mind. I can't remember which map it was. Didn't you do at least one with water as well, Random? I think. I've seen so many maps. I'm losing track of who does what. Love the look of the mountains, just like they are right now. This is iconic. It is iconic. Maybe we should leave it like this. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more work to them, I think. Reminds me of, yeah, they look like small plateaus. Yeah, well, they are small plateaus at the moment, but I want them to be a bit more iconic. It's a bit meh at the moment. If you want to connect the two rivers on the right to the right side, hang on a second. If you want to connect the two rivers on the right to the right side of the river, maybe you could connect the other on the left so it's not too crowded. True. Hi Storm. Single Ooper pond feed right side of the large river, double pond feed left side of the large river. Hang on, confused. Single Uber pond feed right side of the large river. I'm confused. Single one on the left feed the other river. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Especially now that I've got this I can go now. Got that fixed. Go away. So yeah, this one has definitely come down and feed through this way. Don't think it'll actually be this wide, this far up, but we're still in doodle territory. I think this one will probably feed down and around and connect up here to the top of this. I'm okay with this placement. I don't mind this at all. So I'm okay with that maybe coming down this way. This one, I think maybe we can have spawns up here with some sort of Icania style waterfall system dropping down, feeding down into the top of, so if we're going to have that one dropping down here, I don't know. I do not know. I think we'll go with this one. but then we're not going to have much of a waterfall system if we... I think you might be right about this, you know. Maybe have that lake feeding here, taking this route, and then we'll do some dramatic waterfall system up here, dropping down via all of the plateau drops down the middle of the map here into the top of this. But then that one's going to come to the top of this one as well. I don't know about this. Don't know. We do not know. Let's do some more plateau working. There you go. The most defensible castle in the world. Until you start throwing flames down onto it. Guess what? You're all gone. Right. That's all good so far. What's the time? 8:10 of the evening. I got loads of time still. Although I do have things I want to be cracking on with as well. Other things on the channel. Let's go with... Oh, I need a bit more height on that. There we go. How's that? Down this way. And then down this way. Yeah, something like that. River coming down this way. I think I've need to push that back a bit to allow. Yeah, happy with that. Buildable space is, yeah, so this part becomes fantastical. We've got a harbour city area build going on down here. Where's your airport gonna go? Maybe here. Maybe here. Okay. I think there's room for an airport. All right, hang on. Let's catch up. All right. I don't think I've also rarely made castles in your maps. Didn't you do Star Fort somewhere? I think maybe not. You did say you didn't say never, so yeah. Maybe you can move the inlets just a little bit to the left, so it's available in the second tile without the need to unlock the third tile with only a little bit of land. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I could just enlarge it, I think, just so it creeps in. I think that's the thing. I'm with you on that. Good with that. The waterfalls in that spot sound great. And then connect it to the river. Yep, with that. BonBon, remember that farmlands, if you will include them, go on the valleys around the mountains. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to try and work farms in logically. The person to learn from on that one has very much been Bringer. They've got a really good way of putting farmlands down that look good but don't block the city build. And yeah, I don't think you find any farmlands in my regular builds normally anyway, not near the city. But yeah, we'll maybe, I mean, it's tiered. We might have some terraced farming. That's something that Random would know a lot about. In the part of the world you're from, there's plenty of terrace farmings going on down that way. Let's just extend this into the start square a little bit. Do you know what? I'm going to bring that in as well there. Right, how's about that? How's that feeling? Right, we'll let that do some simulating. I'm going to push the speed up so we don't have to wait for... I know we can speed things along in other ways as well. Not as big as these though. The whole map is a valley. Yeah, it is. It's a very generic. I mean, we've seen many maps like this where you get the mountains around the outside, you get the coast. It's a little bit New Orkney about it, a little bit. What a great map that was, by the way. Where did that appear in the old top 100? Hang on. He needs to know. Let's have a look. He did quite well, I think. I'm spanning down my list here. All right, let's look for it by searching. Number 90. Zero Divide. What a great creator they were. Right, so I'm not happy with the shape of this, but in terms of the location now, good spot there from random. I do want it just clipping here, so it's accessible from the second tile. I think do a little bit of reshaping of the coast here. I like the shape better previously, but you're right, it does kind of need to catch that. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Coffee. I said once and I'll say it again, the map builders dream team should build all them. Well, the thing is, we've seen that kind of starting with Cities, Sanctum Gamer, who I do love Sanctum Gamer, but I still think it was a real left field punt picking them for the first content creator pack. I do love them. I think the pack was a good pack. I was just really surprised when it was like, oh, we picked Sanctum Gamer. You go, really? Above everybody else? I mean, even if they're gone with Mr. Miyagi, who you would argue, and I love Jamie. I love Jamie. He's a true friend. I wouldn't call him A tier or it's S tier. I wouldn't call him S tier. I'd call him A tier, or on a bad day, high B tier. He makes really good, well planned out, well thought. I've got my coffee here, by the way, so in case you're wondering why there's no movement on the screen. Yeah, he makes really good, well planned out, well constructed maps. Quite often vanilla. And if they'd gone with him, I would have seen a good argument for it. It was just a real left field. But then they went with Cities. And we're seeing more content creator packs coming. Again, I think one of them's got to be Smiley's. Was it the 2 packs? I can't remember what they were now, but one was like row houses or something. And if that isn't Smiley's, then my name isn't BonBonB. And then the modern architecture one. My first instinct was it was going to be Luminu, but there was somebody else who sprung to mind. I've forgotten who it is now, but there was somebody else who sprung to mind as these are the obvious choices for me. Doesn't mean that modern architecture can't be made by somebody else. But there we go. Problem is, once you go small town, you will understand. Not watch this series. Oh, no. Sanctum Gamer. I love Sanctum Gamer, but as a map for, as a map maker for an official content creator pack, and to be the first content creator to do a map pack, it seemed a real left field call. It wasn't a bad call. It was just a real left field call. I'm just genuinely surprised. You know, when they have like an awards ceremony, like the Oscars, I go, right, we're going to have, and then they name the host, and you go, really? And they do a really good job of it, but you wouldn't have thought that anybody would ever pick them. That's kind of how I felt with Sanctum Game in the content creator pack. It was like, really? You know they're going to do a good job, but I was just really surprised. Really surprised. Of course, a mixed map pack would be better. So one from Sidai, one from Anapu, one from Bringer, one from BonBon or whatever, whoever. Putting myself in the same echelon as those guys. Oh man. Anyway, how are we doing? I think it was the hang on a sec. I think it was the right choice after the global collaboration made the top 100, and he created the global collaboration map was a good map. Was it him that made it? I think it was, wasn't it? It was in the top 100 as well, wasn't it? Find global. Oh, try it again. Find global. Yeah, it was 30th. It was Sanctum. Yeah. I mean, it was a good map. But the thing is, was it a great map? It was perfect for what it was needed to be for that collaboration. But yeah, I am a fan. I just really thought it was a left field pick. If they, let's say, they could have gone with 7 or 8 other creators before naming them. Why not? Well, there's no why not about it. I mean, it was a good choice. It just wasn't the name that I was expecting. Far from it. But they did a good job. So pat them on the back, you know. They did a better job than I would have done. I would have overcomplicated things like I'm doing here. Okay. Right, so we're going to have waterfalls from here. Coming down multiple routes. This one here, I think they're going to come down multiple routes this way though. Yeah. This one here will follow down, and I think into the top of this. This one here is definitely going to drop down and come down that way. I think we will do some more. Oh, Sanctum is hugely popular. Do you know popularity probably was a major part? I wouldn't never have been chosen for the map maker, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, popularity of course is the thing. If you've got somebody who is instantly going to get, you know what? Let's do a little here as well. If you're going to get somebody who's instantly going to get, like with Sidai, hugely popular, great map maker, you're going to sell loads of content creator packs because it's Sidai, and you're going to sell a whole bunch of. Well, it's the same with $2.20. If you get him to make a map pack, it will sell well because it's $2.20, not because anybody would think of him above anybody else, but of course he's got the skills. There's no argument he's got the skills, but he's not known for it, so he wouldn't be an obvious choice. And I mean, Has he got the skills or what? Such a great creator. Anyways, I'm thinking we'll bring this into here as well. Plateau, plateau, plateau. In fact, bigger brush. Because this isn't fine-tuned. This is still speed plateau building. For the CS social managers, yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that decision. Just wasn't an unexpected one in my eyes. I'll bring that up. Narrow that up a little bit. How's about that? Something like that. I don't really know if... Do we have an... Oh, actually, we could have a higher point here as well. Let's do that. Let's grab a high point. This is going to be too high. Just a bit. Just a wee bit. Do you know what? I don't mind that at all. This could be the It's a Castle location. So yeah, we'll get a castle up there, overlooking the town area. This is gonna need sirens to the BonBonB Bingo players. On its way. You may not be able to hear it yet, but I can. Oh, or is it? It was distant. Distant sirens to the BonBonB Bingo players. Something like that. I'm not happy with the shape of this over here at all. I think we're going to have to forego a little bit more buildable space there for that shape. Yeah, just have to accept. Ooh, Imperator. Do you know what? Again, left field cool, but he would have done an absolutely cracking job. Going with popular YouTubers is an option. Still not happy with the shape of this. It's an option. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the right way to go, but popularity does sell. And if you're a big Sanctum Gamer or Imperator fan, or a $2.20 fan, then you're far more likely to go and buy the Content Creator Pack because it's got their name on it. Like if I did a map pack, I'd sell about 4. 3 of them would be to me. How's that? I'm thinking if I go with this shape, somewhat African shape. I'm probably going to want a lake in this area, almost like a holding lake as the water spills down. This is a big space here, and I'm going to want a lake, I think. Best content creator is King Leno. Oh, and Luminu. Well, two very different styles of creators there. King Leno's very much proven themselves, and I'm a big fan of Luminu. Big fan of Luminu. I would not be surprised if they were the content creator for the modern architecture. That would be my choice. My first choice. There are... Who was the other one that came to mind the other day? I'm trying to think who it was now. I was recording the top 20, and there was an asset, and the creator who made it, I thought, ooh, it could be them. But there are houses. I mean, if that's not Smiley, it's got to be Smiley's. Right. So this is going to be waterfall into a river, into a little waterfall there, into what is sort of a canal, sort of, with some splashed water overflow that can be taken away. This I think we're going to have a lake up here as well. A lake into a lake, possibly a lake into a lake into a lake, into a river. Let's do the lake into the lake into the lake thing. Come on. Let's do some editing. We haven't done any editing for a few minutes. You know what? Completely faffed that up badly. We already have a lower point down here I could just grabbed. There we go. There's a lake. And then up here there we go. And then a lake into a lake. And actually, maybe up here a lake into a lake into a lake. So yeah, oh, we've already got it's already doing it. Hooray! Not quite what I had in mind, but it will do for now. And then that will feed down. We'll have a different shape here. We'll push this lake up against the cliff face more. Do that now. Come on, you can be doing these things. Waffling away. Let's get on with doing it. Right, in fact, we can now get rid of this. Much size larger. Water everywhere. That's fine, I don't mind. And it'll spawn in there. And then this top one. Small the brush. That'll do. Just something like that. Try to make the mountain corner of the map less obvious so the map doesn't look too square. Yes, Lakeception. Rodnick? What? Hang on a second, I'm lost here. I like that coastline. Thanks to Shakespeare's. I'm work in progress. Who's my favourite? Who's my favourite what? Creator, content creator. In terms of YouTube, in terms of asset, map. Go on. I need more specific questions. In terms of making the map, the mountains are work in progress. Like, I just did one over here, very, very roughly, just so that we could feel that all of these are going to end up more organic. There's no work on this at all apart from rapid smoothing, basically. So yeah, all of these mountains are going to be worked. In fact, some of them probably disappear. So maybe this one here might not even exist, and we'll use this one in the more dramatic top 5 content creators for assets. I mean, how do you narrow it down? Because there's so many specialists. Okay, let's go smileys, because smileys. Then you've got, oh, hang on, how are we gonna, let's get some waterfalls on the go here. Let's do terrain here. So smileys. Then you've got obviously random, not random 5, not for assets. That's a ridiculous call. Revo is what I meant to say, because why would you not? So that sorts out your trains. Then you're going to want to have Plus for networks. Then you're going to want to have Mr. Maison for your trees. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got Smileys for buildings, Revo for rail, Plus for road, Mr. Maison for trees, and then insert name here for whatever you're looking for. I mean, a bit of Sven Berlin would be nice. It's very hard to pick a 5th. Oh, maybe one of the UK ones. McWelshman, maybe. He makes some stunning buildings. Let's go McWelshman. Literally could be any one of a zillion. So hard to pick a 5th. Well, you did the top 100 maps of all time, the best maps of the month, and the maps of each year by themes, choosing the asset creators piece of cake. The difference is like that the weekly chart show, all I'm doing is reporting the facts. I'm not making any conscious decisions there. All I'm doing is saying this is how the assets were on the end of the week, and let me grab that. Yeah, so that is how the assets. How am I going to drop this? I think. Yeah, we'll do that. I think actually. Yeah. So yeah, all I'm doing is reporting the case basically. And then this is very spitbally here, by the way. Don't expect this to stay anything like this. But just getting some baseline rivers in place is half the battle, right? Here it comes. Here comes the water. About. I got that way. Well, that's really clunky there, isn't it? But think we can make this work here. If I grab... Wow. I'm going to go slightly larger brush size here. Again, this is not how this river's going to look, but I just want something in place. We can do tweaks and adjustments to it as and when. Having this coming down and connecting up will be a very nice thing. Here it comes. Right, it's the first of our rivers, roughly. How did I say I wanted this to come? Down this way, didn't I? Okay, let's grab that. So is that full? It's not really, is it? Now it is. And we'll grab that to there, and that will pour down this way. Ooh, nice little split here. Yee! And that split, maybe we can use the split there. Let's grab this. Well, that's a big break from what I quite had in mind, but you know what, it'll sort of work. And then over this side, let's just go a little bit higher here actually. Right, oh crumbs. Big. Do you know what, we can... I'm very confused here at the moment. It's going to feed down into here and down into there. Maybe just have this running along here, sort of. But this one, do some sort of river thing. And then off the edge. Very ballparky, spitbally. And then maybe have this come down this way. And then some more crumbs. I've done a big old ouchie there, haven't I? So that will now connect up over here. We have a double split there, going in two different directions. What's going on here? You should mathematically crush this map with Wilbur. Yes. Oh, random on your way. Night night, random. Have a good sleep. What time is it in the UK right now? Let's have a little look. 8:45 of the evening. I think I'll do another 45 minutes or something like that. Go to about 9:30 my time. Just to see through here. Yeah, Sven is good. Statues. Oh, of course, there's the statues. I forgot about statues. Sven Sven can do statues, but I'm thinking that who's the statue guy? Oh, I'm getting old now and I can't think of bloody names. But yeah, there's some creators out there who do some great statues. Of course, vehicles. I forgot about vehicles. Could have a Californian YT or a V's guy for cars. You want realistic cars, don't you? And say, how do you have a top 5? It's so difficult. So yeah, I think I'd choose 4 and then say +1 and then change that +1 every week for whatever I need. Say, make me this. I need it. Is there enough water flow here to make this work? There might be. I might need to add a little bit of extra oomph to make all this work, because again, we just got the one spawn here. There might not be enough water to force its way down and through all the way down to the ocean. That's okay. That's not a difficult thing to fix. This was going to be a slight problem, isn't it? I don't quite want to do that. Try that. Bring that in a little bit. There we go. So if there is enough water there, it will find its way, and if there isn't, we can just put in an extra spawn to help it. So then we have this one. I'm thinking there's going to need to be a lake in here, if nothing for the aesthetic balance of the map. All right, let's help this thing along. So grab this level, small brush. Lovely. And here it comes, spewing over the top. I do love the word spew. Whee! Right, okay. And then help that along that way. Then we're going to want to have some kind of river system coming this way. Again, very, very roughly drawn at the moment. I'm not bothered by it. It's fine. How about here? Water pouring out this way. Into there. And then water pouring out this way into here, and then water pouring out this way into there. A bit worried that that's going to fill in. Sloppy. Let's fix that. That's right, down to that slot. That's it, better. Slightly larger brush. Oopsie. There we go. Now there's enough room in that river. A little bit. So And then so I'm going to put the lake in here. Let's grab a lower elevation down here. Just for something for that to fill into. I think we'll have the water come out this side. Oops. Not a problem. Not a problem. Very, very spitbally. Then we'll have a reasonable shape, I think, for the... Let's make this lake a bit bigger. We have a little island in it. Of course we'll have a little island in it. Right. I think that is mostly going to work. The river finds its way down. Gonna have to do a lot of work to a lot of this. There's definitely not enough water coming through this way. Let's add a boost here. Stop the simulation. Drop the capacity down. Start the simulation. See whether that helps enough. There you go. You like how this is going? Try to widen up the rivers as they get close to the coast. Make subtle splits. Yes. Good thing you're working from home today. Working, right. Follow the afterwards he make afterwards 8. Excellent use of first person view. He plays on console, so everything is vanilla, but it's good content. Alright, gotcha. Yeah, hi Fifles, sorry, Feel Split. I keep calling you Fifle. I'm going to call you Fifle, I don't care. That's your new name, Fifle Spitzer. River so evil. Any better water sim? Who knows? Cities Skylines II is going to be very interesting. Right. Oh, hang on, what the hell's going on here? I think I broke the banks somewhere. Just a little bit. Does that mean actually here I kind of like this? Kind of. Let's do some terrain work. Just a little bit. So let's grab this. And here as well. Yeah. Let's be inspired by the terrain and how it is working. We seem to be just a little bit overflowy here as well. And just a little bit here also. But yes, the rivers, don't worry about the rivers at all. One Japanese streamer decided to give up and just call you Phil. No, you know, Fifle. You're Fifle, but only because I keep wanting to call you Fifle. Whenever I see your name, that's how I want to pronounce it, even though it's clearly wrong. There is learn to read, BonBon, right? This is more of an interesting shaped lake up here. I quite like this. Plenty more to do with it, clearly. I'm going to do way more with the waterfalls. These are, like I say, placeholders, right? This river system is not working yet. So let's help this out here. with another little, oh come on, there we go. That should help things along there. You look like you need some help over here as well, not least that the river seems to have disappeared. Do I want it coming along? So let's just check this. What is going on out there? Goodness me, put some shorts on that cover your bottom. Blimey, CCTV. Horror shows sometimes. Right, anyway. How about we just bring it along this way? I don't remember what my original plan was for down that way, but we're going to go with this. And maybe actually having that something like this. Grab this. There we go. That should help it along a bit. Psst. Yeah. Shape's all right. Let me go out of this mode. I can get a better feel for the shape of it. I think we've got plenty of more opportunities for river work. Is this going to have enough oomph? It won't if I don't solve this problem. Let's do from here to there. Take a direct route, please, people. I say people, I mean water. And that might give it enough of a kick. Bit of a flooding situation going on here. Of course, that's going to want to do that, isn't it? Hopefully this will connect up together. When it does, we'll get the correct flow on the water there as well. That's working. A little bit of flooding going on here. Oh. I want to add to, not take away from. Just do enough to keep everything held in place. Down here we definitely have some problems. Let's go with a hill here for now to hold that in, and that almost does the job there. Right, so how's that looking? Shape wise it's alright still. We're gonna have to help this river out. Let's give this a bit of a boost right there. A kickstart, that's what that needs. I'm definitely thinking we should have again another river network coming down this way. What's going on over here? Is that just not rendering in from that distance? So the rivers are starting to make some kind of sense. I'm also thinking we could split this. Again, it's a fantasy map. Bring the river over this way as well. And join this. I think we can join that bump, bump, bump this way. Rather than, unless of course we have spawn in there, they could join in here, and then this one. Do you know what? I'm going to do that. Let's try that. Hang on, where's this route going? This way, okay. Yeah, down that way. And then if we grab this, oh, probably not an idea to break the dam just yet. What's the route we're going to want here? Basically this way. So let's drop that in there a bit, grab ourselves a height, put it back in. Probably not that large a brush. And then for the river, as it comes down this way, something like that. Push that into there. And then probably split and have it come back together. So split here. Have it come back together about here. And that should do it. Let's see if there's enough water to hold from these spawns up here to fill this river system and that river system. It might happen. I really want at this point one more spawn point up this way. Might have overdone that there. Larger brush. Well, let's have a little look at the chat there. Yeah, yes. I'm really good with French. Excuse me. Belles plateaus. Well, hang on, what is it? Beau plateau. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Who actually came up with that one there? It was Elizar. Elizar. 5. I like that. I'm not saying I'm definitely going to go with it, but I like it enough to give it some serious consideration there. Let's fill that. There, this is doing its thing. I think that's still working. How did I want this to connect? I can't remember now. I think it's this way. It's a bit deep, that one, isn't it? Let's fix that. And then again, it's very spitbally. Speed building. We'll do the fixing as time permits over the coming weeks. So larger brush size here, I think. We'll have some sort of collecting pool at the bottom of there. And then smaller brush. Right, let's see how that works. In fact, I'm going to put a little spawn at the bottom there just to make sure we are happy. Right, so that I think breaks up a lot of our areas. I'm gonna do a small one up here as well, breaking up down this way. Well, where did I wanted that? Don't know if I want to, but there's no water on this part of the map. Where am I going to bring it? I think I'm going to bring it and join into this way. Maybe. How's the tiles? The tiles are still good. This becomes quite disinteresting here. So yeah, I think we'll You're still struggling. Let me help you. There you go. That should sort that little problem out. Do you know what? I'm not going to have a lake at the top here. I'm going to have one here. Just seems too counterintuitive to have one right at the very top. Water in there. And then a smaller brush. Smaller still. Sirens for the BonBonBingo players. It's a police car. There we go. And then, how am I going to make this a little... I think we need to feed this through the middle of the tiles to break up the tiles here. Maybe even have a small lake in the middle. Let's try that. Let's go with small lake. Large brush. No, 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 no. Not like that. Try that again. Different shape. I think actually this lake could be the iconic part of the map. Don't know exactly, but I think this needs to be artwork. Right? Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. If this lake needs to be artwork, we need to have a holding artwork in place. Am I making sense? Good. Good, good, good. So I'm going to do myself a holding artwork so that we can have ourselves just something. Right. Smaller brush. And then small brush into there. This needs to be narrowed in a bit. It needs to be widened up a little bit. Needs to be narrowed in a little bit as well. Right, so we have ourselves a temporary artwork lake, which won't be that shape. Or maybe it will be. And then up through the middle. Again, this is... What's all this? No. What is no? Oh, it'll do for temporary. Okay. We'll have some inspiration. Even if it's just a hexagon, alright? Is this water finding its way? Oh, I've got the game on pause. That'll be why it's not moving. Right. So that's now all connected. I feel also that this could diverge and we can have some waterfalls coming down here as well. I think that's a thing. But then that changes my plan here a lot. Let's... Well, first of all, let's let this thing fill up. If it will. Oh, sorry. Big camera jump there. Hexagons are the best of gons. Totally agree with you. I love a bit of grey. You're going to be fun. You better not than that. Leave that to all the other creators. Yes, I am better than that. I know. It'll do for now. I'll have to make the first flat hexagon map when CSGO comes. The whole centre should be waterfalls. Oh, wow, wouldn't it? Are we filled? It's almost holding firm. But yeah, that's gonna do for now, right? This lake, no, this is not lake, is it? It's supposed to be a lake though. This is supposed to fill up. We had agreed that this was gonna fill. There we go. That's gonna like the shape of that in there. Let's fix this though. Let's slow the game speed down again. I would like to fix this there, and then this spawn can have a bit more oomph. There we go. Right, so this is filling out nicely. Get rid of that. Yeah, I'm changing my mind on this lake. Kind of like, well, I like it, but we're not going to have it feed down this way after all. So pause the simulation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it this way. Slightly larger brush. We'll shut that off completely. I have a plan. I have a cunning plan. Something doesn't quite... Hang on. There we go. And then I'll bring it off the edge here. Again, very shoddy, but it'll do for the moment until we... Oh, this is very poor. That'll do for the moment. It'll do. Maybe that's a lake. Is that a lake there as well? Are we in or are we out? Can't work out. That's 218, 232. This is a lake as well, right there. It's going to be like Lake Ovaries, isn't it? I've got to do it. We have Lake Ovaries going on here. That's gonna work. Then this will drop down. Start the simulation up again. There we go. And we're going to need some kind of loop of the river going on here. Meeting up back with the river over here. Somewhere around about there. And then this becomes a divergence here, leading up to the waterfalls, where we can do something like this, and smaller brush. Do something like that. And I think, ooh, not that. Something like that. Or just take that, clean that up. In fact, I'll make a little bit of a lake here. A lake? No, not a lake. River. Right. This will look better once it's got trees around it. That lake's going to change shape. Don't worry about it. How are we looking? I think we've broken up the map quite nicely. I think. Are you really going to upload it when you finish? If so, be serious. All right, don't worry. No. Listen, Elisa. This is a holding lake. That's all this is. This is more of a guitar, actually. Come on. No. This is just a temporary thing because I haven't decided what. I mean, the idea of the lake here to be art was something that I came up with, and I needed a holding shape. And if you're gonna have a holding shape, why not have a shape that you can be holding, right? This will be redesigned, possibly even moved a little bit south this way, just to break up this. But I'm definitely feeling that there should be, and when you're looking at the map from down, top down, I reckon this needs to be iconic at this point. So we'll definitely work some kind of shape in there that makes you go, oh, look at that. BonBonB made that. And it won't be this. So don't worry about that. These up here, I like the double lakes. Again, the shapes are just holding shapes. There won't be these shapes. None of these lakes are going to be these shapes. But they will do, like, for the holding purposes, just so that we can get a feel for how the map holds as a gameplay map. Because at the moment, we've got start tile looks good. Second tile, or that one, or this one's not bad. That one's pretty good as well. All these tiles around the 9 are really interesting. And then when you come out of the 9, you're getting into the plateaus, which are going to be, again, should be interesting to build on as well. And over this side is these tiles. I'm not so sure at the moment. I like the idea of this. I just don't think it's quite the right shape yet. The right shape, the right size. But the rivers breaking up the tiles, I think, are pretty good. The terrain work needs a lot of work because we've got, I mean, these plateaus around the outside, they were literally speed chunks. These are chunks. These aren't mountains yet. So there's plenty more work to be done, which will be whenever I next load up the map editor. Don't know when that's going to be. Worst case scenario, it'll be Tuesday next week. So join me then. Make it look like a colour. What? Who? Hang on a second. Let's just catch this. Send height maps on Discord. What? I'm confused. I'm very confused. Am I missing something? Whole centre should be waterfalls. Have I missed something there? Since you want the lake to be artistic, make not look like a colour palette. Ooh, I'm with you. Yes, you make it look like a colour palette. Could be. I'm not saying no. Like the rivers, but on an abundant river land like that, consider a mesh. I'm confused by what you mean by a mesh. I mean, we are on the fantasy map here. None of this makes any sense. There is, I mean, yeah, the spawn points, especially this one, makes 0 sense up here. But the whole idea of this was to have a whole series of silly waterfalls, but flat buildable plateaus, interesting cliff faces. I might change, let's have, while we're here, let's have a little look at some of the other themes now that we have a little bit of work that we can tweak. So, right, so I'm currently in Montebello, Minas Gerais, and a Cania one. It's quite good. Don't like that, I'm sorry. Not for this map. Again, every map will have maps that, well, themes that will work with it. Some won't. Again, probably tweak the light settings on that one. Deacons, Marble Falls, Naviante 2. It's a good theme. Don't think it really works for this one. Don't like the 1.41. Lava Red Rocks, gotta say, what? Come on, everybody appreciate the Lava Red Rocks theme, okay? And you then grab the sand palette, get rid of that. Where is this? A bump? Environments, sand, and and then you could paint in lava. Let's feel it for the lava red rocks theme. Is that dramatic or what? Anyway, so that's the lava red rocks by somebody you might know. Lake Tarn. It's very green. It's a good theme. Clayton Bay, definitely no. Rural Nevada, not for this map. Kathmandu, it's alright. Just Tropical's a good theme, but not for this map. Jeju, again, really hard to see what's going on. It's very dark without tweaking it in the render it. Italian Coast by Eggsy. It's very bold. India, strong. Icy Waters, it's not a snowfall map. Hazards, it's a sandy one. Happy Desert, oof. I did have a look at some of these Green Mountain themes with the green texturing. That's Mossy Mountain. Where's the Mossy Mountain theme? We'll find it in a second. Oh, there you go, Mossy Mountain. It wasn't that one. There was one along these lines which was really... Oh, there you go. Natural Beauty's a good one as well. Good for the cliff faces, but I don't think it works so well on the water. That's why I'm edging towards Montebello. Montebello looks really good. Second European theme. That's quite good. I think I could use that. It's a bit on the dark side again. Let's see what we can do with the render it settings. Lighting. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit... The blacks are a bit too dark. But other than that, I'm quite liking that one. Caledonia. I see the thing with the Caledonia. My first map, I used the Caledonia theme, and I'm reluctant to use it again. It was good. I thought it was the best theme in the world, and since then I've seen millions that are better. It's good, but I don't want it for this map. Nemesis. Ooh, blimey. Oh, God, just to remember rightly. The Northern Tundra theme. You might want to cover your eyes on this one if this is the one I remember here. There you go. Possibly the most eyesore theme you'll ever see. It don't half fit you, that one. Not So Rocky. The very first one I looked at was Not So Rocky. And it's not as good as I remember it. Oklahoma Summer. Owls Bolivia, very red. Owls LA, very... no. Mediterranean Alternative, Temperate. North Dark, Triplicity Desert. So nothing else is jumping out. Oh, that's dramatic. Patagonia, I like that. But I want grass. I like the rock texture. I don't want to use a theme mix though. I just want it to be a simple theme click to play. Really like the cliff texture there though. Oh, that is very... Thanks, Miyagi, but ow. Probably works for what it needs to do, but ow. Also ow. Provence. Could that be... I don't mind that one. And the realistics, boreal, European, tropical. I don't know. So I'll stick with Montebello for now, I think. We could be looking through these for hours. I do have a few, don't I? This is perfectly adequate for now. And once we get the trees down and start making the thing look like it's alive, I think it'll probably be okay. How's the river? The river's struggling here a bit. Let's do some cleaning up here. Let's get rid of that. And then we'll pop a little spawn. Actually, I can clean that up a bit there as well. There we are. That should help that a bit. This is need to be narrowed up. That will help the water flow further down. And then I will pop a little spawn there just to give it a little push along. And that should fix this as well, I think. Everything else seems to be filled in nicely. Let's get rid of the sand down here. Large brush. It's gone. The sand has gone. All right, excellent. Well, thanks. Thanks for watching. We will. We're winding this up now anyway. So yeah, I'll be back. We'll do more work on this map when I'm back, whenever that is. I'll just let the simulation run so that the water here. Oh, we've got. I'll fix the leaks. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to call it. Let's fix the leaks. This one here is a leak. This one here is a. Ooh. That should do that. There we go. I mean, there's no leak there now. There won't be. This is definitely. Do you know what? That is gonna stay, but without the help of. I'll get rid of this. Where are we? Get rid of that. Get rid of this. There we go. Smaller brush. Definitely needed to stay, that one. Right, excellent. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. I think, oh, what's this? Was that going to connect up there as well? Almost wants to, doesn't it? I haven't decided about that one. Right, okay, I'm going to call it. I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for watching. We'll be back, if not before Tuesday next week. But yeah, cheers everybody who's used the comments. Thanks for everybody who's still watching now. It's been great to be chatting with somebody. But I am going to wind it up. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. You have hit the like button, haven't you? Just ask him. And I will see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Did I say that already? I think I did. Bye now.